Okay, so Attack on Titan just ended after 10 years and I'm just happy to say that I'm alive to see it. Now, I just hope I live long enough to see One Piece end and I hope you too. Okay, so we're here to talk about the ending of Attack on Titan and how divided the people are. Some of them hate it so much that they're actually removing it from their top 10 list and sending death threats to the author himself. Some of them love it so much that they can't stop ejaculating, saying that this is the best piece of fiction ever told, and sending death threats to anyone who criticizes it. And so for me, I have mixed reactions, and you can't blame me because I experienced 3 different endings. That is chapter 139, which was the original ending, then chapter 139.5, which is 8 more pages, and the anime adaptation. So here are my honest opinions. When I first read chapter 139, my thoughts were, wow, that's it? But this was 3 years ago, so I really can't remember everything that happened and my opinions might change, so I read it again today. And I still went, wow, that's it? Because we really didn't get to see any closure from our main characters or what happened to them in the near future. Like, did Annie and Armin fuck? And did Beltor or Belrot, did he get to see them do it? Did Mikasa and Jean fuck? And who the hell did Peak fingered? And I'll be honest here, I really didn't like the reason why all of this ever happened. That is, Ymir just happened to be a masochist. I always kept scratching my head wondering why, even after getting used and abused for years, she ended up sacrificing her life for him, which in return cursed her children and her people. God damn, and this is why I tell people not to simp. And yes, I know about the whole Stockholm Syndrome thing, but let's be real here, that excuse is just as interchangeable as the one that I gave. The dialogue between Eren and Armin was fine. I really don't understand why people are so mad about it. It's like everyone forgot that he was actually a human being, just like the rest of us. Cut him some slack, man. He killed his own goddamn mother. And also a few billion people. Anyone would have had a freaking panic attack if they were in his shoes. So I really don't dislike the dialogue between Eren and Armin. In fact, I actually like it. Except for this one portion which I think was totally out of character. And I think everyone agrees with me on that because they literally removed this in the anime. The scene where Levi sees all his dead comrades was bittersweet. And oh, Sasha. Anyways, the last we ever get to see of our main characters was on a boat and Reiner acting like a creep. Mikasa is already in paradise, I really don't know how she got there, and Eren as a bird wraps his scarf around her for one last time. And that, my friend, was the original first ending. And apparently no one liked it. Everyone was comparing it to the final season of Game of Thrones or the second season of Promised Neverland. Even the author himself didn't like it. And that's the reason why we get chapter 139.5. Okay, so in this chapter we get to see a vision of Ymir not saving the king, which would have changed the entire course of history, meaning none of this would have happened. Eren might have never been born, Reiner might have actually killed himself, Levi would have started a pressure washing YouTube channel, Peak's ass could have been the One Piece, and Gabi actually gets shot. But none of this actually happens. But instead we get to see Paradise turn into this 1940s or 50s city, and I think I'm right because I see a Packard 120 which was popular around that time, but for some reason they removed this in the anime. And hey, we see Mikasa, who hasn't moved on from Eren. I told you about the dangers of being a simp. And this is just sad, especially for Jean and their kids. Imagine your dearly beloved or one of your parents not being able to move on from their freaking ex, who not only constantly visits their grave, but gets buried next to them. And Jean, the simp, just goes through with all that nonsense. Like Will Smith. Well, now that I think about it, this does actually feel like the Jada Pink, Will Smith and Tupac situation. We got a girl who can't get over her dead ex-boyfriend, and a simp husband who probably embarrasses himself every time they visit her lover's grave. And yes, I know that there are people out there who say that she didn't get married, and to those people I just want to ask you, what the hell were you smoking while reading this or watching this? Come on, man, we clearly see 3 people here. A mom, a dad, and their child. There's no hidden meaning here. You people just sound like English teachers now. And by the way, she isn't even holding any flowers to begin with in the original ending. So that theory of her dying a virgin is now down the septic tank. But okay, let's just say that you people are right. So that means she died depressed, alone, with no husband and no children. All because she could not move on from Eren. Wow. I wouldn't even wish this fate upon my worst enemies. And I'm pretty sure that even Eren would want her to move on, I think. Anyways, we fast forward to the future and holy shit, Paradise got fucking Hiroshima'd. No wonder a lot of people got mad, especially the ones who sided with the Jaegerists. The peace treaty failed, Eren's grand plan for freedom lasted for only like 3 generations at most, and the cycle of hatred continues. Don't get me wrong here, I wasn't expecting a happy-go-lucky ending, but I wasn't expecting a freaking sequel as well. Like, this just feels like another Boruto situation. And yes, I could be wrong and I really wish I am, but Attack on Titan makes a lot of money and I'm pretty sure they're gonna milk the shit out of it. Anyways, onto the anime adaptation. They didn't really change much of anything but just enhanced the source material, which is great. The only major changes they made was the dialogue between Eren and Armin and the destruction of Paradise Island, which made it seem like Eren's plan lasted for centuries. So, in short, they retconned 2 of the things that people really didn't like, which is a very smart but pussy move if you ask me. Okay, so here are my final thoughts about the ending of Attack on Titan. It was fine. I'm really not that impressed, but I don't hate it as well. I would give it around like 5 out of 10, and it's mainly because of 2 reasons. One being that it's very similar to the ending of Code Geass, but the thing is, everyone actually liked that ending. And the other thing is, we didn't get to see what happened to our main characters, the characters that we spent freaking 10 years with. Like, that was just heartbreaking. The last time we ever get to see them was on a freaking boat, and the last impression we get of Jean was being a freaking simp, and Reiner sniffing a goddamn letter. So yeah, anyways, that will be it for today. Like, comment, and please subscribe. And yeah, that's it.